And we are off. What? And I caught Jesse off guard. So, first time in the Bahamas, and it's actually really cool. So, one thing I noticed while we docked is we're not alone. There you go, guys. The Disney Wish, the brand new Disney cruise ship, is in port with us. One day, we'll go on a Disney cruise, but it's very hard for me to swallow the price of a Disney cruise, if I'm honest with you guys, because I could go on a cruise for a lot cheaper, and that's just a hard fact to swallow, and that's why I haven't been on a Disney cruise. But let's just take a moment. Like I said at the beginning of this, the Independence of the Seas was once upon a time the world's biggest cruise ship. You're going to see a trend with that with Royal Caribbean. Almost every single one of their ships used to be the world's biggest cruise ship. And the Disney Wish is a brand new ship, but you can see for herself, because we're right next to her, to the Independence of the Seas, and I think it's very obvious to see which one is the bigger ship. So, just kind of a crazy thought. So, first impressions of the Bahamas. It's humid. We're here in September 1st. There's a breeze in there, which is nice at the moment. So it's not as bad. But yeah, it's funny. I always forget how bad I hate the humidity on the West Coast. West Coast gets hot, but it's a dry heat. So it's more manageable. You come out here and it's like walking into a sauna. So, like I said, today we're winging it. We're gonna walk around. I think our first stop is gonna be the Queen's Staircase, and then we'll walk around the downtown area. Man, that's a beautiful ship. Sorry for the tangent, guys, but you know, I will fully admit, Disney cruise ships are just elegant looking. Jesse doesn't agree. But I was explaining to him that Disney designs their ships to look more like a 1930s ocean liner, and that's why the hulls are black and they have the red funnels and they have two funnels and etc. Because they just want that illusion that it's an old school ocean liner from afar, and then you get up close and you realize, no, it's a modern day cruise ship. But Jesse doesn't like it. But then again, he thinks that Disney is overrated in general. You're either a Disney fan or you're not. So, we're gonna keep walking and I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Okay guys, so we made it to the top of the Queen's Staircase. Unfortunately, there was a sign at the Queen's Staircase saying no video or photography allowed unless you have permission. So I didn't want to chance it, especially being in a foreign country, so I decided not to take a video of it. But essentially what it is in the history is the Queen's Staircase was built because they wanted to build this fort at the top to protect Nassau in preparations of an attack. And the idea is that, as you can kind of see, and we'll go up there, it's actually really small. It's not that big. And they actually built it in the shape of a battleship. And apparently there wasn't as many trees here at the time. So if an enemy ship was looking through binoculars or whatever, and they looked out to sea, they would see this, and it would cause an illusion, so it would look like it was a battleship out in the middle of the ocean, maybe anchored or whatnot, and so they wouldn't come and attack the colony of Nassau. So that was the idea of it. Did it actually work? I don't know. The island was never really under attack, so maybe it did work. Who knows? But anyways, so they they used the rock. Basically, this Queen Staircase was a quarry to build this fort up here, and the staircase is essentially 62 stairs long. And believe it or not, about at the same time the staircase was finished is also when the royal family of Britain decided to abolish slavery in all their colonies. So they named it the Queen's Staircase in honor of Queen Victoria, which she was the monarchy at the time, serving the same amount of time as how many stairs were built into the staircase. So there's your history lesson for today, guys. Now, here is some tips about Nassau. One, it's a lot like Mexico. I didn't know what to expect. A lot of things I read online, they said walk in groups, don't walk by yourself, be aware of your surroundings, there's a lot of pickpocketing, etc. I personally think Mexico is a little worse, depending on which part of Mexico you're in, than what we experienced. Now, something did happen, and Jesse wasn't too happy about it. I'm more easygoing. And that is, as the second that we got to this Queen's Staircase, a gentleman approached us, and without even asking us if we wanted it, started giving us a tour/history lesson about the Queen's Staircase. In fact, what I just told you guys is knowledge I learned from that gentleman. So he does know his stuff, and it was really interesting and everything. But of course, at the end, he goes, well, I don't charge for my services, but tipping is much appreciated. And so we gave him $5. And Jesse was upset about that because he's like, that's how people take advantage of other people in situations like that. So just be aware of that. I mean, the guy was knowledgeable, he was friendly and everything. He didn't really harass us, but he did put us into a situation where it kind of felt like if we didn't give him money, it would be kind of messed up. So I guess you could call that a scam or whatever, but that does happen here. So just be aware of that. So let's walk around, see this fort. I think we could actually go inside of it. Like I said, it's not that big. There's some cannons on the outside and plaques about the history of the fort and the defense of Nassau if under attack. And yeah, and then we're gonna walk back into town, do some more walking around, and I'll keep you guys updated if I see anything that's a little sketchy or if I feel unsafe and everything, because I know Nassau has that reputation. So I wanted to see for myself, and like I said, it's not that bad, at least from what I experienced. So anyways, let's walk around. Okay guys, so we made it inside the fort, and just an update, there is a charge. It's $3 for adults, $2 per child, and then plus tax. Not too bad. And so we decided to go ahead and pay it and come inside. And once inside, they explained to us that we could walk around and take photos and whatnot. And there's a room that will give us a history lesson about the fort. But at the moment, before I do that, I just wanted to walk around. And this is actually really cool. And like I said, it is small. It's not a full-size fort. We'll go in there in a bit, but it looks like where we were at, there was also some jail cells and everything. Don't actually know if they actually used them. They probably did back in the colonial days. I don't know. Maybe that's in the history lesson. But as you can see, it has a rounded area with 3 canyons, and then it has like a bunker housing area. But the front of it is shaped like a triangle. So if you're not paying attention and from afar, from what, like I said, I could see this looking like a ship. I mean, not sure if they did it, but if they put a smokestack on this, that would really play it off as this is an old school battleship. So yeah, and the view up here is very nice too. There's the water tower. I heard the water tower is what supplied all the fresh water to the colony and to the island for many, many years. I believe it's actually still in use. Don't quote me on that. It may be decommissioned now, but yeah, that's how they got their fresh water. And then if we look over there across the bridge, goes to Paradise Island and the Atlantis Resort. Then we have the cruise ships, the British Colony Hotel, which is a historical hotel, which is closed at the moment, but I believe the beach is still open. And you can't see it from here, but on the other side of that is Margaritaville. So, yeah, this is really cool. So, let's head back downstairs. We'll see where the prison cells are and everything. And then we'll probably head back down into the... that breeze feels nice. It's hard to believe it's only 85 here, guys. It feels a lot hotter than 85. Okay, guys. We were walking around and I found this area. So, like I said, there's signs that say we cannot film or photograph the Queen's Staircase. But there is no sign here. And we get a sneak peek of that area. So basically it's a giant trench. It's actually really beautiful when you're walking down there. And then at the very end of it is the staircase. And the reason why it's like this is because they carved this out of the mountain. Like I said, it was being used as the quarry to build that fort that we were just at. So this is better than nothing, but here is the hallway, I'm gonna call it, that leads to the Queen's Staircase. And like I said, it's really pretty. So yeah, something to do, something in walking distance to check out and everything. Okay, let's head back into town. You know, I want to point out how funny this is. So you have tropical paradise, looks like you're in the middle of a jungle, and you turn around and bam, city and parking lot. I don't know why I find that funny, but I do. And anyways, and like you could see, there's the cruise ships right there. So this is, boy, not that far. Okay, so we were walking around and we ran into that building right there and thought it was really cool, and saw a sign that says Public Library and History Museum. And then we ran into this small town square. It's actually really cool looking. Here we go. What is this? In grateful memory of the sons of this colony who made this supreme sacrifice in the Great War. Oh! World War I monument. That makes sense. Huh. Another spot close to the ship. So, like I said, guys, there's actually quite a bit of stuff you could do in Nassau that's in walking distance to the ship. And it doesn't cost a lot, or it's free. So, like I said, I said I would give you an update, my opinion about the crime. For the first time in my life, I actually heard locals talking, and I overheard them. I don't know if they heard, knew I was eavesdropping, if you will. But I'm not sure exactly what they were talking about, but they were basically saying, oh, don't go there. If you go there, they're gonna scam you out of your money. So that's honestly pretty bad if the locals are even talking about it, because I haven't even heard stuff like that in Mexico. So I don't know. Like I said, first impressions can be very deceiving, And like I said, we were kind of scammed already, and I overheard locals talking about people screwing locals out of their money. So, yeah, I guess. Oh, that's interesting. To the memory of Sir George Henry Hamlet Pitts. Anyways, sorry for the sidetrack, but yeah. So when you're here, don't let your guard down. That's what I'm starting to realize here. Looks can be very, very deceiving. It's really pretty here and everything, but I don't know about the economy or how it is to actually live here. And if people are so desperate that they're actually scamming each other out of money, that even from the locals, that's pretty bad. So, yeah. Anyways, let's keep walking around. Like I said, you could spend a full day here just walking around. Just be mindful of your surroundings and think logically. Okay, so we're heading back to the ship. So, like I said, we did a cheap day in Nassau. Want to just explore around, see what's all around here. And it's only 12:15. We got off the ship around 9 this morning, and so yeah, you could actually walk around Nassau and do your own walking tour, probably in about 3 hours, maybe 4 if you really take your time, and that's including shopping. Because we did do a little bit of shopping. We didn't buy souvenirs necessarily. We literally bought things we forgot. Like Jesse got a lighter and I got sunscreen because we forgot to get that. So yeah, Nassau's pretty interesting port. I like it. Like I said, just be aware of your surroundings. It's a lot like Mexico. The reason why we didn't stay at the public beach that long was for 2 reasons. One, the main reason, I didn't wear an outfit for a beach day. I don't have my bathing suit on, and I really didn't want to get wet. The water itself is beautiful, though. It's definitely the Caribbean beach that everyone dreams of, which is the white powdered sand and clear water. And it wasn't cold, and it was very, very nice. But the one downside, and this happens in Mexico as well, is people are trying to sell us stuff, trying to get us to rent a sun lounger and everything. And, like I said, we don't really want to do that today. So we decided to head back to the ship, get some lunch, and probably a lounge by the pool and relax for a bit and everything. But I could actually fully understand why people, when they come here, they go to one of the resorts, mainly Margaritaville. That's like the main thing at the moment. I fully understand and get it. It's just we wanted to do something for ourselves and explore on our own and experience it for ourselves. And now we have done that. There is a lot to do. And now we have a better understanding, so when we come back here in the future, we will know what we actually want to do. So, that's a positive. Mission accomplished. We did what we set out to do. But man, this humidity. Oh, it's a killer. That's another reason why we're heading back to the ship so early, is it's just hot. It's funny because it's only supposed to be 85 today, that's the high. But this humidity, ugh, like I said, it feels like the sauna. Man. So, I mean, that shouldn't be a surprise. Everyone talks about it. And it's no joke. It is legit. So, be prepared for that. Bring water.
I'm going to end the video here as we sail away from Nassau, Bahamas. If you like this content, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I leave you with this: why not travel?